Why agencies leave most models and actors broke. And this probably sounds like an oxymoron, but I promise you it's very true. And agencies are not what you think. So stay tuned. We're gonna get into that today. These people have 4 or 5 different agencies from all around the world, and they're still struggling to get booked. What does that say? And you can't do this as a one size fits all because everybody's different. Everyone has a different journey. Some people are getting booked a lot. Some people are getting booked once a month. Some people are getting booked every couple of months. If you're only doing runway, you're only getting booked a couple times a year. There's so many different factors. As somebody who's done everything runway, commercial work, high fashion, photography, creative direction, I've done a little bit of everything. I'm very hands on. I've gotten to the point where my business is so full time and thriving to the point where I don't even have to show my face anymore. I can just get behind the camera and still make my bags. So, as a freelancer, can you do this without an agent? Yeah. Is it easy? Fuck no. It's hard. It's hard as hell. It's hard as fuck. I have to fully invest so much of my time and dedication into this with with no help, literally. If you don't want this shit as bad as I do, just try to get you an agency. But don't expect them to care as much or want to work as hard as you do. But again, that varies too, because not everybody wants to work hard, and that's why some people are signed and they just deal with it and they just get walked all over. It's the same reason why some of them could actually make more money and get more bookings if they did it by themselves on their own, but they're too lazy. And this was just a picture of me outside. It was a beautiful day in the summer, man. Beautiful, beautiful day. Um, and I just had a shit ton of boxes, a shit ton. Very thankful, very blessed to be in this position. And I always have been. And this was the post that I did back in 2024, which is really crazy to think about this now. This was officially 2 years ago. Wow. I can't believe this was 2 years ago. I'm reminiscing, bro. We've worked so hard. We've done so much. From all this to I was off the internet for a really long time. I didn't have a phone or anything. And that's a combo for another day too. But when I get to a point, I just want to go out and live my life. So we're gonna build up the legacy and just go from there. And I've been signed before, chat. I've been signed before. It was nothing, nowhere near like what I'm doing right now. But the thing is, there's so many different roles and jobs that I have to take and that I've learned to position myself into where I'm at now. I have my own full-time business now, but it didn't start that way. And there's good seasons, there's bad seasons. I'll talk about soon, maybe in a couple months, I'll talk about what I went through these last 30 days, until stuff picked up recently. I was in the shits. I was in the shits for real. Um, but we got out that storm and it's looking up now. I wanted to say, like I said, I'll get more into this. I'll get more into this later. But I've had an agent. I've had agencies before. I was hardly booked. Taking initiative and investing into myself was the much better option, but it is hard. Shooting and editing, playing the agent role, the agency role, negotiating, doing the contracts, looking over the paperwork, doing the traveling, investing, putting all of your own money into your business and into this lifestyle that you want to do. You have to travel, you have to get housing whenever it's not paid for, and obviously it's more so not paid for when you're solo, unless like you just book that type of job where it's covered. There's a lot of little things that really make it hard to do this solo, which is why a lot of people don't do it. And you just really have to want to do it, and you really have to want to be here. And I really do. I really love this shit. There's a lot of bullshit that comes with it, and that's why I talk about that too to balance it out. Like this series, for example. This is me exposing the industry, like the ins and outs, and it's not really what people think. Pretty much. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about this episode, and I'll talk more about this as we carry on, of course. Of course, of course. So, um, my brain's a little blank right now. I think I kind of went over a couple of things. I just kind of wanted to, start the conversation at least, and just kind of bring a little more awareness to it. You don't need an agency to get booked. You don't need a agent to get booked. Obviously, having representation can help you for certain opportunities, and it can get you connected with certain people that being freelance might not be able to. But again, it's all network. At the end of the day, it depends on your network, how you are, who you are, what you do, what you bring to the table. I've gotten myself in a lot of rooms that there's people that have far and far more followers than me. These rooms that they'll never see, and that's just me being real.